Well, one of the things that we know is that our prison system is overcrowded. And one thing that people are not well aware of is that 95% of the people who are incarcerated will return to our communities at some time or another. That's a pretty significant number of people. And what we've discovered is that there's very little in the way of community support once those people come back out of prison. They leave places of incarceration. A lot of times their families have abandoned them. Sometimes they're in different communities from where they originated. And they come into a community, they've completed their sentence. Sometimes they're on parole, sometimes they're on probation. And the reality is that they don't have an infrastructure. They don't have ways in which they are being helped to reintegrate into our communities. They have probation and parole officers, they have social service providers, but the community piece, the welcoming community, the folks who walk alongside them, the people who help them get reintegrated, the people who help them navigate the obstacles that they face when they're coming back into the community, they don't have that unless some people in the community step up. So we've discovered that one of the ways in which we can help that and alleviate that problem is to try to provide mentors for folks who are coming out of prison, people who are incarcerated. And one of the ways that we do that, which is unique, but in the studies that we've looked at, we've discovered that this is the most effective way, is to meet people before they're incarcerated, before they leave incarceration, and work with them for a couple of months, get to know them, to establish relationships with them, to find out what their needs are, to find out where they're going to be going and what they're looking for with respect to resources, and connect them with mentors before they leave, and have those same mentors walk alongside them once they leave and continue to work with them on a regular basis. So our mentors, we usually work with groups of 3 to 5 folks who are trained mentors to work with one individual. And we found that to be very effective. It reduces the burnout of our volunteers, but it also provides different lenses through which people look at the problems and the issues. And so it's a very rich crucible of experience that one individual has the benefit of being a part of. So these groups meet once a week. They stay in contact on a daily basis with the individual, and they make a commitment to do this for 6 months to a year. Most studies show that the most difficult time for people who leave places of incarceration is in that first 6 months to a year. That's really when people start sliding back. That's when people who have high expectations of what the world is going to be like for them are disappointed because things aren't happening fast enough. So we find that if they're working with a mentoring group that can help guide them through that, can be supportive of that, can help nurture them when they fall down, but also to hold them accountable to the goals that they set, that process is a very successful process in moving people to a reentry that for them becomes very productive. We are looking for a variety of people, and one of the reasons we like to have mentoring groups of these 3 to 5 people is that we have people from different walks of life, people who have different life experiences, people who have different business backgrounds, people who have different educational backgrounds. So the mix is nice, but we're looking for people who are non-judgmental. We're looking for people who want to help, but they want to really equip people to become better individuals, as opposed to trying to help them by giving them things, by working with them in ways that don't kind of work their muscles to become independent. There's a lot of enabling that can occur with people who want to help. And that doesn't really move the bar higher for the people that we want to work with. So we're looking for people who are good role models. So a lot of the folks who we work with have not had good adult role models throughout their life. And so to have people who are good role models, successful in the community, people who are faith-based, people who have a spiritual grounding, people who see the world in a way that understands that it's not a black and white world, that there's a lot of gray, and that we have to learn how to navigate that gray area in a positive way. And so we're looking for people who are mature, not necessarily in age, but in life experience. And we're looking for people who are committed, who find that this is a calling for them. This is something that they feel a passion for, to help walk alongside people, to help them move to a better place in our community. I mean, our ministry is a faith-based ministry, but it's an ecumenical ministry. So we understand that the clients that we work with, the returning citizens that we work with, come from a variety of different religious and faith backgrounds. So our mentors and our program isn't one that's designed to proselytize or to grow churches or to evangelize. We have folks from a lot of different communities of faith. And we think that's important. And it's not a program that's designed to expect the people that we work with to worship in one community or another. What we encourage is that they find a community where they feel comfortable, where they can grow in their faith, where they can become the people that God created them to be.